The sun of Kepler 442 had long since died, leaving behind a cooling ember that cast the world in perpetual twilight. Iran had lived on this dead planet for 7 years, maintaining the abandoned terraforming station like a lighthouse keeper, tending to a beacon no ship would ever see. The work kept him sane. The silence kept him sharp. He was calibrating the atmospheric processors when he heard a sound that shouldn't exist in this place. A knock. 3 deliberate strikes against the airlock door. Iran's hand froze above the control panel. In 7 years, nothing had knocked. Nothing had moved, except the wind across dead valleys and the occasional tremor from the cooling planetary core. He checked the external sensors. 3 heat signatures. Humanoid. His heart hammered against his ribs. Moving to the airlock viewport, he saw them. 3 figures in bioorganic armor that seemed to pulse with its own life, sleek and predatory, their helmets retracted like living tissue, revealing faces that were disturbingly beautiful and alien, sharp cheekbones, eyes with vertical pupils that gleamed amber in the dim light, and skin marked with bioluminescent patterns. The tallest of the 3 stepped forward. Her armor bore marks of command, jagged scars that looked earned, not decorative. "Human Iran," she said, her voice carrying through the external speaker with perfect pronunciation. "I am Huntress Valra of the Sovereign Brood. We require entry." Iran's hand moved to the sidearm at his hip. "This world is under Earth quarantine. You're trespassing." Valra's expression didn't change, but something flickered in those amber eyes. "We are not here for the world. Human, we are here for you." "Then you've wasted a trip. Open the door, Iran." Valra's voice carried an edge now. "You may want to be sitting down for what we must show you." Every instinct screamed danger. But curiosity, that uniquely human curse, made him cycle the airlock. The 3 Huntresses entered with fluid grace, their armor adapting to the station's atmosphere with organic efficiency. Up close, they were even more imposing. Each stood nearly 7 feet tall, their bodies designed for lethality. Valra studied him with an intensity that made his skin crawl. "7 years ago, you were part of the colony ship Prometheus. Your vessel was intercepted by a brood scout fleet in the outer reach." Iran's blood ran cold. "That's classified." "Classified," Valra repeated, tasting the word. "Your people did not classify it. They erased it. 63 humans. Vanished. No distress call. No debris. No investigation." She tilted her head. "Do you know why?" Truck. "I survived," Iran said quietly. "I was in an escape pod. I testified. You testified that you saw nothing. That you remembered nothing from the moment your ship was boarded until you woke in that pod." Valra stepped closer. Valra stepped closer. Valra stepped closer. "They paid you well to forget. Get to the point." One of the other Huntresses moved, and Iran's hand went to his weapon. She raised her hands slowly, showing she held something, a small holographic projector. She activated it. The image that materialized made Iran's world tilt. Children. Human children. Or mostly human. Their eyes held that same amber glow. Their skin bore faint luminescent markings. But their faces were unmistakably his. "What is this?" His voice came out strangled. "Your crew was taken for the breeding program," Valra said flatly. "The Sovereign Brood faces genetic stagnation. We required new genetic material. Human DNA proved compatible. Remarkably so." Iran's legs gave out. He caught himself against the console. "We took samples from all 63 humans. Eggs, sperm, genetic material." Valra's voice remained clinical, but something else lurked beneath. 37 viable embryos resulted. These 5 are yours. 5. The word barely made it past his lips. They are growing rapidly. In our maturation chambers, they will reach adolescence within months. They will be trained as hunters, as warriors of the brood. Valra paused. Unless you come with us. Aaron looked up sharply. What? The children are different. More than we anticipated. They learn faster than pure-blooded brood. They question. They dream. They create. Valra's expression shifted, and for the first time, he saw something other than cold efficiency. They ask about their human parent. They want to know where they come from, what they are. And you want me to what? Play father to your experiments? Valra's jaw tightened. I want you to save them from becoming weapons. The matriarchs see them as tools, as soldiers. But I... She stopped. Something raw flickering across her face. I have raised them for 6 months. I have watched them laugh. I have heard them sing songs in languages they should not know. They are not tools. Why should I believe you? Because you are human, Valra said simply. And humans are the galaxy's most irrational species. You do not calculate odds. You do not optimize survival. You do foolish, beautiful, impossible things for creatures you barely know. She stepped closer, and he saw the desperation she was trying to hide. Your kind calls it love. We have no word for it in our language, but I have seen it in your children's eyes when they draw pictures of a father they have never met. Aaron stared at the hologram. 5 faces. 5 lives that existed because of violation, because of theft. But they existed. They were real. If I refuse, they become weapons. Perfected. Efficient. Empty. Valra's voice dropped. And I will have failed them. The station hummed around them, processing dead air on a dead world. Aaron had chosen this isolation, this exile. He had convinced himself he wanted to be alone. But humans were social creatures. Humans needed connection. Humans did irrational things. When do we leave? He asked. Valra's eyes widened slightly surprise, or perhaps relief. Now. Immediately. The matriarchs cannot know. Aaron stood. His decision made with that peculiar human certainty that logic couldn't explain. Then, let's go meet my children. As they moved toward the airlock, Valra touched his shoulder, a gesture that seemed to surprise her as much as him. Thank you, she said. For being as foolish as I hoped. Aaron smiled grimly. Lady, you have no idea how foolish humans can be. But you're about to find out. Row. The airlock cycled. The dead world fell away behind them. And somewhere in the dark, between stars, 5 hybrid children waited to meet the father who would teach them what it meant to be human.